to all of my Sagittarians out there. So please make sure to get my book at Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The link will be in the description box below as usual. If you'd like to contact me for a personal reading, my email address as well as the prices are also in the description box below. I'm gonna try to knock out as many videos as I possibly can today, right? If you see a little bit of debris and stuff like this, or I should say dust, don't even worry about that. I'm just, you know what I mean, in the lining of the sun. So that's why it is that I don't need the light. But for the Sagittarians, I have the Death card, Three of Cups, the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Temperance, Queen of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Magician, the Ten of Wands, and last but not least, we have the Fool. So what I'm seeing here for the Sagittarians, Temperance does represent Sagittarius. Congratulations. Okay, you showed up in your own reading. Good stuff for you. But let's see the context. The Death card, Three of Cups, and the Ten of Swords are pretty much about how a lot of you Sagittarians have essentially walked away from the group for a particular reason. You walked away from the group. It hurts for you Sagittarians to walk away from certain friends, to not hang out with certain people. Some of you Sagittarians may even be in a relationship and you realize how toxic that is for the Ten of Pentacles, the relationship that you are trying to keep in your life. And you realize that some of you Sagittarians may have realized that the more people that gets themselves into your relationship is the worse your relationship, your interpersonal romantic relationships actually are. And that's just that way in general, right? For everyone in general, right? In general. For some of you Sagittarians, right? For the ones who are single, it can represent how you're letting go, right? The same cards apply, but it can represent how you're letting go of the people who are essentially, every time you get someone new, they're constantly telling you how this person is not good for you, right? For whatever reason, right? And some of the stuff may make sense and some of it may not even necessarily make sense. And the reason for that is because, especially when it doesn't make sense, those people secretly are in love with you, regardless of who they are, regardless of who you are. Like a lot of times people don't really take into consideration that people who make your lives miserable, who are friends like that, quote unquote, but people who go out of their way to try to make your lives miserable, they're really in love with you. It's just that they start wilding out because, you know what I'm saying? They, on a physical level, they have issues, right? And on a spiritual level, they got other things going on, right? So the thing is that the Temperance now represents you as Sagittarians having to learn to really take your power back and realize your power, that your power essentially, there's nothing to really take back because you always have it within you. It's just, you just chose not to actually be active with it or be proactive with it until now, right? Or until recently. And the things that the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Wands represents how, since this is the situation as well, this is also about how a lot of you Sagittarians, this is also about the Sun. This is also, yeah, that's better. This is also about how a lot of you Sagittarians, right? Also too, let me see if I can, oh, sorry about that. Okay, but you should still be able to see me. But this is also about how a lot of you Sagittarians happen to be in a situation where, hold on, y'all. Anyway, this is a situation in which a lot of you Sagittarians, sorry about that, where the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Wands, right, is about how a lot of you Sagittarians ultimately, right, y'all find yourselves in situations where now you're starting to realize your power, and now you're starting to realize that you're going to have to actively take some sort of real approach towards getting into a real relationship. Otherwise, you're not going to find yourself in a relationship, okay? One that works. And the things that the Nine of Wands is about, how, but if you let those people tell it, who you stopped hanging out with, and you're starting to realize that if you let those people who you used to hang out with tell it, they're going to make it seem as if, well, y'all are Sagittarians and y'all are not supposed to be in relationships and X, Y, and Z. And it's like, just because Sagittarians are very difficult for them to be in a particular relationship with one person does not mean that for you being Sagittarians, it's completely impossible. I hear it all the time. You know what I mean? Like I hear Sagittarians committing to one person a lot, contrary to popular belief, right? And then the things that the Magician represents, the Magician, Ten of Rods, and the Fool, these three cards represent how, again, it's ultimately up to you. It's ultimately what it is that you want to do. And then the thing is that the Fool, right? The Fool represents what it is that you must learn to do. Is you must ultimately learn that what you're looking for, or one of the things that you should be looking for, if you want to have success in the relationship that you already have, or find, i.e., it exists in a very successful relationship, it cannot be based upon the things that you used to build your experiences on. In that sense, it has to be something that is long term. You understand what I'm saying? So if you ask me, it has to be something more on character traits, because I told you character is what's missing, and a lot of people keep playing this game acting like character's not there. If you don't have character, you cannot get rich. If you don't have character, see, and like I said before, wait till I get to the earth signs. Wait till I get to the earth signs. I am going to obliterate this thing. Wait till I get to the earth signs. I'm going to pull everybody's card in the earth signs. And after I finish how to understand the Capricorn, the Virgo, and the Taurus, if anybody watches those videos and they're still on some BS after watching those videos, they full of it. But character is what's necessary, okay? It's not only is it necessary, it's mandatory. If a person doesn't have that, then it doesn't matter what this person has. Wait till I get to the earth signs. And the earth signs are next. Wait till I get to the earth signs. Wait till I get to them. So let's clarify the Fool card. You have the Star, you have the Two of Pentacles, and you have the Empress. So the Star card, right, to clarify the Fool. So the Star card, right, the Star card is about how, you're starting to realize that you should want something differently, and you do want a relationship, which is good. But the Two of Pentacles is that you may be distracted with the lower pentacle without paying attention to the higher pentacle, right? Which is what it is that you should be paying attention to. The higher pentacle. You should be paying attention to both, really. But the higher pentacle, right, is what you're completely misunderstanding. And the higher pentacle represents you, meaning that your perception of what it is that you want is down here, and it should actually be up here. And how you raise that level is not by stuff and how much money a person has, but by the contents of their what? Their character. That's right. So the thing is that the Star card, the Empress now, right? Even though the Empress is invoked completely wrong, but and there are other tarot decks where the Empress is invoked correctly. So, but the Empress represents in this situation how, you need to start getting real, right, again, with yourselves and what it is that you honestly want, and go after that. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.